What's up, losers? Today I'm bringing you my 21st foray into the infamous subreddit r/fatlogic. Size. What am I doing with my life? As usual, I've got some wacky posts here to examine and comment on. So without further ado, let's get into it.
This man has made his living performing stomach mutilation surgeries, and apparently thinks that no fat person lives older than 60. Again, it isn't a choice, if there are literally no methods that can reliably make a person not fat. The choice is to continue trying to torture fat people into thin people, despite zero evidence that it's possible.
Here we go again with the mutilation talk. The fat acceptance crowd really do have a flair for the dramatic, don't they? But yeah, needless to say, I don't think it's appropriate to call weight loss surgeries stomach mutilation surgeries, because there's a clear medical basis for carrying out these surgeries. So if you're going to call that mutilation, you would have to call a whole lot of other surgical procedures mutilation too. At least, if you wanted to be consistent. Although maybe that isn't important to you. While it's not the case that no fat people live to be older than 60. A lot fewer fat people than thin people live beyond this age. And the fatter one gets, the lower their chances of crossing this boundary become. Furthermore, even if a fat person does make it to 60, their chances of surviving each subsequent year will be much lower than those of thin people. And that's not even getting into the pain, discomfort, and mobility issues that fat people at that age are especially susceptible to. It doesn't matter how many times you say that there are no reliable methods for losing weight and keeping it off. It doesn't make it true. Running a calorie deficit long term will result in weight loss. And consuming only enough calories for maintenance at your desired weight will allow you to hold on to this progress. I wouldn't say that losing weight is just a quote-unquote choice. Because it does require a certain degree of planning and discipline. But it is ultimately within one's power to achieve it if they put in the effort. The method works. And if it doesn't work for you, it's because you are not implementing it properly. Finally, the claim that people who promote weight loss are trying to torture fat people. Give me a break. You do realize that there are people out there who experience real torture. Right, aren't you embarrassed to compare your discomfort going for a jog or eating a salad to what they are being put through? Ridiculous. Nobody is torturing fat people. We are trying to help fat people improve their health and well-being, so that they can live longer, happier, and more productive lives. If you don't want to take these steps to better yourself, that's fine. Nobody can force you. It is what it is. But if you could please refrain from slandering and demonizing people who are just trying to look out for your best interests, that would be much appreciated.
Skinny, around 130 pounds friend. Oh God, I really need to lose weight. My 250 pounds ass. I understand that you have been brainwashed by diet culture and capitalism, and that you lack self-esteem. I agree that it should not affect my self-worth as a person. But it is a direct insult to me personally, and to all other people who would have a similar, or bigger, body, because you are directly encouraging and contributing to fatphobic ideologies and the oppression of fat people right now.
I've had both bulimia and binge eating disorder. I've been 120 pounds and 215 pounds. You will not tell me what I can and cannot do with my body because it hurt your wings. Frick off.
Ha ha, wow, that response came in with some intensity, a little fire, even. I like it. But as for the original post, looks like someone doesn't understand how words work again. How can you possibly describe someone else's comments about themselves as direct insult to you personally, or a direct encouragement of fatphobia. That's just not what direct means. LMAO. Even calling it an indirect insult or contribution to fatphobia would be a stretch. But this is just ludicrous. As for your assertion that the thinner person lacks self-esteem, pot kettle much. All they're doing is looking at their own body, and making a comment on how they would like it to be. While you're out here getting mad, and trying to spin that into some attack on all fat people. I don't know, that doesn't seem like the behavior of someone with tons of self-esteem to me. Then again, maybe I'm wrong, maybe you're just self-obsessed. I guess we'll never know. In summary, if you want to throw a tantrum over the things someone else says about their own body, just do it. Just say, I have paper-thin skin, and your comments, despite having nothing to do with me, hurt my feelings, so I want you to stop. Don't get me wrong, you'll expose yourself as a total baby if you do that. But at least it'll be honest. And it'll confine the embarrassment to you personally, rather than making it some big thing about so-called fat oppression. Because I can guarantee you that most fat people have no desire to participate in this moronic crusade, and would be mortified to be associated with such childish complaints.
This is what it's really like to date while fat. One topic we've discussed, that a lot of fat women find relatable, is the process of actually swiping on people. Let's say you've perfected your online dating presence. Now you have to move on to actually matching with people and talking. Would we swipe right on this guy who we may think is out of our league, or should we play it safe and only swipe right on guys we expect to like us too? Taking a shot on the hot, fit guy sometimes feels like a big risk, but who's to say we shouldn't take that shot? We want people to realize you can be fat and hot, that fat woman can have the fairy tale that we shouldn't be hiding, and not even trying to date because of the fear of rejection. Our friend zoning ourselves because there is no way that a guy would like us. Or not swiping right out of the fear that we can't be loved. There's a lot of work that still needs to be done. We're just grateful that finally people who look like us are starting to have a voice and are being seen. We can be loved, and we deserve to be.
Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. How can you just give away the game like this? Like, in amongst all of the apparently uplifting, you deserve this affirmation, they just slip in that there after hot, fit guys. I guess fat acceptance and body positivity are just for women, right? Why would an empowered, confident, fat woman want to go after some gross, unattractive fat guy, when she could just as easily have the hot, fit one? The hypocrisy is something else. Like, don't get me wrong. I actually do think that fat women should feel comfortable going after fit guys. And fat guys should feel comfortable going after fit women. Because everyone is deserving of love. And everyone is entitled to chase happiness however they see fit. Sometimes you will face rejection. But that's just a part of life. It's something everyone has to deal with. And it's only as big a deal as you make of it. What gets me about this, though, is the double standard of these women expecting other people to be attracted to them at the present weight, while also requiring that guys be hot and fit in order to win their affection. They're trying to have their cake and eat it too, something that I'm sure fat activists are well versed in. Ha ha. The whole thing just leaves a bad taste in one's mouth. Not only because it holds men to a higher standard than women, but also because it gives the impression that a lot of body positivity rhetoric is not actually about body positivity at all. It's just a cynical justification for why fat women should be able to have their pick of men without having to put in any effort. And, I don't know, that just doesn't sit right with me. As a side note, I find the whole premise of this post kind of amusing. Insofar as that, it assumes that the feelings identified by these fat women are somehow unique, when in reality, feeling like one is not good enough, preemptively lowering one's standards, holding back out of fear of rejection, etc. These are all extremely common for people all over the spectrum. People of all genders, sexualities, and yes, even weights. I know it's in the fat activist's nature to make everything about themselves. But the lack of self-awareness here is staggering. Oh, and in case you're wondering, no, I don't struggle with any of that rejection or self-doubt. Because I'm a charming, handsome devil, and I know it, but we can't all be me, ha ha. Well, that's all I've got for you today. I hope you enjoyed the posts and my completely level-headed takes. What do you think? Should fat women go after hot, fit guys, or stay in their lane? Are weight loss surgeries stomach mutilation? Is commenting on one's own weight fatphobic? Let me know in the comments. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, or I'll swipe left on you. And you'll regret it for the rest of your life, haha. Anyway, catch you later.